Double.
Trigger.
Aha, y'all wanna roll the punch a giant right to take over.
Like
Y'all wanna roll the Papa come here again. Y'all wanna roll Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all wanna roll Mama Joe come here again. Who wanna roll City Shan come here again. Now they walk on treasure giant coming soon. Better move and roll. I say you're better move your flow. It's about to get away. Hello again, and a warm welcome to the weekend's edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 1 hour program that looks into activities of the Congress for Democratic Change and the other issues that affect our country at large. Today is Friday, July 11, 2025, and I'm here sitting pretty. Today, you will have to bear with me a little bit about my voice because I'm under the weather. So, in the next 56 minutes, we will be bringing you activities in the Congress for Democratic Change and the country at large. I will be right back after a bit of our theme song. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so very much, and welcome back. If you are in Radio Lens listening, just tune into Kings FM 88.5 on your dial. If you are watching by way of social media, you can just log on to Kings FM Clat TV on Facebook. We are here. The country is getting very tense and issues. There are different issues ongoing. Well, basically today we'll be discussing about the July 17 protest, especially with the endorsement of the protest by the National Youth League and National Women's League of the Congress for Democratic Change. Yesterday we saw a convergence, a gathering of young people from the Congress for Democratic Change in Monrovia, on the principal streets of Monrovia, creating awareness to the public, members of the CDC and other citizens alike or other nationals alike to join the protest. And so yesterday, the CDC had an elaborate program in West Point in order to sensitize the population about the July 17 protest. As you may be aware, this protest has been planned for more than 2 months now. The planners themselves, led by Mr. Molbaki Molu, a former chairman, okay, and also Mr. Attorney Isaac Jackson, former Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information. We have our brother from Grand Bassa County. What's his name there? He's also part of this protest organization, and also different players both in the diaspora and Liberia. I'm not too good today. I'm not too well today because I'm under the weather. So you may not get me as you may want to because I'm under the weather, very extremely cold. And so the CDC yesterday, through its National Youth League and National Women's League, endorsed the protest. There were different speeches made yesterday, notably by Comrade Emmanuel Mulbert Johnson, who's the National Youth League chairman of the CDC. And so, as of yesterday, seditions around the country, seditions in Montserrat, though, in different parts of the country, you understand now and know that their party has endorsed the July 17 protest to a larger extent, okay, because the National Youth League, which is an autonomous component of the CDC, yesterday endorsed the protest. The National Women's League as well, led by Madame Fatou K. Soare, has endorsed the protest. So the women of Liberia, different organizations, different civil society organizations have also endorsed the protest. Different student groupings, including the student, the Progressive Student Association at the University of Liberia, PROSA, as well as the Student Unification Party from the campuses of the University of Liberia, have also endorsed the July 17 protest. And so the momentum is building up. The police from the beginning, led by Inspector General Gregory Coleman, decided speaking in a hostile tone. But in the last couple of days, the police inspector general has toned down the rhetorics because he knows what is coming. There's nothing that can stop this protest because those in the protest are reputable people, uh, members of the members of the public know, they understand. Members of the public have followed them. They are reputable people who have served in various capacities in organizations and other functionaries of the country, like Toga Emmanuel Bildet, okay, a very enterprising, youngish man from Grand Bassa County. Okay, Mr. Molba K. Molu has served in various capacities in civil society in this country. Also, Attorney Isaac W. Jackson, we call him Borja, who's the national spokesperson of the protest. In fact, both national and international spokesperson of the protest. We have other enterprising young people who have decided to make it their responsibilities to see this being coming to fruition. Mr. Emmanuel Molba Johnson, we have Mr. Gayezon Abba Davis, we have Mr. Michel Kangar. There are multiple political party leaders and also partisans who are members of this protest, who are part of this protest. So this protest is not associated with a particular political party. In fact, Liberians as a whole, by Article 17 of the Constitution of the Republic, have the right to express their disapproval of government's policies. There are a lot of issues that have been going on in the country, and so this protest momentum has been growing forever, and so other people have decided to join, meaningful people. But there is something very much cardinal that we must talk about. Okay, I think a day or two ago, the Liberian Council of Churches, the LCC, led by uh, Bishop Reeves, okay, Bishop Reeves uh, met, the Council of Churches met the organizers of the protest and prevailed upon them to abandon such a course. And as for me, being a political analyst, okay, a political commentator in the country right now, I look at it very differently. Okay, why would the Liberian Council of Churches, or whether or the National Muslim Council of Liberia, why would they come at this time to sit down with protest organizers, planners to abandon protest? Okay, that is a high level of a non-nationalism. Okay, They are not nationalistic. Though I mean, these men of God are not nationalistic. They are not patriotic because, to a larger extent, since the inception of this government, the Liberian Council of Churches, as well as the National Muslim Council of Liberia, uh, truth be told, okay, we have to be honest in the country because religious people should be honest people. Religious people should look people in the faces and tell them what is right and what is wrong. But since the inception of this government, since President Bwakai came to power, those religious organizations are being used more or like an extension of the government. They have been used as extensions of the government to pacify whoever that might come out to express disenchantment or disapproval in the policies of the government. And so this is not right. Democracy itself calls for what we call an expression of or desire of an expression of where to do whatever you want to do. Once you do not go against societal norms, once you do not infringe on the rights of other people, okay, like uh, some of the people will do. Okay, so the protest planners, the planners and organizers of this July 17 protest are very responsible people. They are very, astute young men and women like Pastor Festus Arabi Logan, right? Who himself is a religious, you know, a religious leader within the bailiwick of our country. Okay, we're talking about Toga Emmanuel, Toga Alexander Bearded, right? We're talking about Mr. Molba Molu. We're talking about Madam Marie Wilson. We're talking about the rest of the people who have organized the protest. Asa Jackson, they pose no threat to the survival and security of the state. What they want to do is to express their disapproval. Okay, lead a process of expressing disapproval about the policies and programs of government that are inimical or that are very much bad or ugly. Let me say in that manner for the simplest man to understand, or to the Liberian people. Okay, those guys are expressing their disapproval, and so make no mistake, the government from the beginning started to uh, use force. They started to use intimidation. They started to use coercive tactics to suppress this protest, to suppress protesters, to go to the homes of protest organizers and intimidate them. That did not work until, in fact, that that attitude by the government has given the protest a frequency, a very large frequency all across the country. There is no one person in this country now who is politically conscious, economically conscious, knowing exactly well how the economy is at an all-time low, how the exchange rate has skyrocketed. No sensible Liberian in this country who looks now as like how the prices of various commodities have skyrocketed. No sensible Liberian with a high level of democratic inculcation or democratic norms in them, value in them, who look at state security forces brutalizing peaceful citizens, brutalizing their political opponents, okay, suppressing their political opponents. No single Liberian who is very politically conscientious as well, who looks at these things will not join this protest. As a matter of fact, from the inception of the government up to now, the Joseph Boakai government, especially when the private sector is non-existent at all, not performing at any considerable level, would dismiss more than 7,000 Liberians who were putting food on the table of their families. Those over 7,000 people are very conscientious enough. They are conscious, and so they are going to join the protest. The latest hula baloo yesterday we saw was at the Ministry of Transport. Police brutalized peaceful citizens. They brutalized a lady for no reason, only because she was expressing her disapproval about the government's behavior of scratching or uh, 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 taking away the core functions of the Ministry of Transport from the Transport Ministry and giving it to Lebanese people, taking the jobs of over 250 Liberians and giving it to Lebanese people who do not save money here, who take the money away from the country, capital flight. The money, they do not buy in Douala market, they do not buy in red light, they do not buy in rally time market, they do not go to red light to purchase from our mothers who struggle on a daily basis to sell their goods and services. Okay, the government has decided to rob the Ministry of Transport of these basic services and give it to one Lebanese company that we are being told from all reliable sources that have connection to the Hezbollah terrorist group in Lebanon. That was led by the man called Hassan Nasrallah, who was killed in an airstrike in Israel in northern Lebanon. In fact, we are being told that the CEO of this company, the guy who owns this company, was one-time presidential candidate in one of the Lebanon elections organized in the, around 20 between 2012 to 2015, right? He was one of the presidential candidates. He was Hezbollah presidential candidate. So this group is tied. This Liberia Traffic Management Group is tied to a terrorist organization called Hezbollah. But who brought them to the country? Those who brought them to the country, number one, is Gregory Coleman. We are being made to understand that even where Gregory lives today, between 8th and 9th Street, that place is being rented by Liberia Traffic Management, this Hezbollah group. And so they are the people who they contract to produce driver's license plates for vehicles, tricycles, motorcycles, and other things. And the most interesting thing is this Hezbollah backed group from Lebanon will be giving the Liberian government just 30% of proceeds. So every $100, right, they are going to accumulate from vehicle registration. They are going to take pocket $70, send it to Lebanon, and then give the Liberian government $30. This is the deal that has been consummated by the Liberian government with Liberia Traffic Management. This is preposterous. This is not Liberianization. And who did they take the contract from? They took this contract from a Liberian company called MDMC, right? They took this contract from a Liberian company that has over 300 to 500 Liberians. And so they have taken the contract from the Liberian company and giving it to Lebanese. The Lebanese are going to bring their people. They are going to bring their Lebanese nationals, some of whom could be terrorists. There is no joke about this. There is no joke about this. Why would a government sideline its own citizens? Why would a government take a contract from a Liberian company owned by Liberians themselves, and award it to Lebanese, and award it to Lebanese. And the sad part is this company called MDMC went to court with the Liberian government, and the government manipulated that case. MDMC won the case at the court, and the government say they did not agree. So, and let me tell you something about this company, right? Listen to me. If you are in Radio Lands, tune to Kings FM 88.5. There are more to this story. There are more to this story, right? If you are on the live feed on Facebook, that is on Kings Facebook Live, continue to share the show. Please share the show. Emmanuel Kuya, share the show, please. Fatu Sharif, share the show. Aaron Ter, Randolph Lehman, Samuel Kofi Woods, please share the show, okay? So that other people can be able to watch. So this Liberian government, this thing you have in this country, you call government, right? This thing you have in this country, you call government. They took a contract, a legitimate contract from the Liberian company, and awarded it to a Lebanese company that has very disturbing ties with a terrorist organization called Hezbollah. Hezbollah, we know, for those who follow Middle Eastern scenarios in Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Israel, Palestine. This is a Hezbollah that is sponsored by Iran and the Lebanese government, right? Causing havoc for millions of people around the how they call it, the Middle East. So this is a group. This is the group which the Liberia Traffic Management is associated with, and so they make money in Liberia. They make money in Liberia now and pay their taxes to Hezbollah, send money to Hezbollah in order to wreak havoc on peaceful citizens around the Middle East and other parts of the world. So this is the kind of group the Liberian government has awarded contract to. But the sad part about this thing here is that the most interesting one is, when did this group come to Liberia? When did this group come to Liberia? This group called Liberia Traffic Management came to Liberia during the administration of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They came here in 2016. 2016, 17, they came here. They were here. They did everything possible to sign a concession with the government of Liberia. But Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, being a very astute leader who understood or who understands the global political dynamics of the world, decided not to grant this terrorist backed group, a concession, because she knew very well that those people would have made money in Liberia, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, and finance their terrorist groups back in the Middle East. So Ellen did not give them concession. They came, Ellen left power. Okay? George Weah came to power. President George Weah came to power in 2018. Those guys still knocked on the door of the government of George Weah. In fact, they went through Gregory Coleman, who was the Inspector General of Police during the beginning stages of the George Weah administration. Okay? And the government decided to do an investigation into this company, into this company's ownership. And the government was informed by all intelligence sources that this group is associated to Hezbollah. And so the government of George Weah decided to not give them concession. 6 years they were here. Their equipments were parked on 9th Street, right on the avenue side. As soon as you go 9th Street, hitting the swamp area there where their equipments, all of their equipments were deposited, motorcycles, vehicles, and all of that were were there. So the government of George Weah did not give them concession, because the concession that was formulated, right? The concession that was formulated by the Liberal Traffic Management on its subsidiaries and its colluders, right? They brought to the government that vehicle vehicle registration, driver license should be taken from Ministry of Transport and given to Liberal Traffic Management. Uh, 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 License plate, right, be taken away from uh, the Liberian government, Ministry of Transport, and given to Liberia Traffic Management. When the president read it, he said, no, this is nonsense. We cannot do this. If we do this, it does mean that the Ministry of Transport will have no reason to exist. So the Ministry of Transport should be shut down if the Liberia Traffic Management will take all of its core functions, right? Even the Minister of Transport now, Salif Tyler, who is a very wicked man, He's my big brother. I've dealt with him on multiple occasions. He is a very wicked man. But Salif Tyler is not supporting this. At some point in time, the Ministry of Transport people and the police have clashed on the streets, right? During vehicle inspection. Police were beating Ministry of Transport inspectors in Vittown, in Cardwell, in Mount Barclay. I'm not saying they say. I was right there in Mount Barclay when the police were running behind transport inspectors, right? And beating them with baton, beating them with rattan. Okay? They said they should leave the street. In fact, vehicle registration is not the prerogative of the Ministry of Transport to do. So what they did, they took those guys off the street. Salif Tyler was not happy. There was a conference between him and the Minister of Justice, Natur Oswald Tue, the Attorney General of the Republic. It did not end good, but the government decided to force it. The government decided to force it to take this contract from the Liberian company and give to Liberian Traffic Management. We have understood, or we are understanding, that effective Monday, the Liberian Traffic Management will begin their activities. They will begin to operate as the sole authority to register vehicles, to register keke, a vehicle. When you talk about vehicle, now you're talking about motorcycles, you're talking about tricycle, you're talking about vehicles, So they are going on Monday to begin that process. So if anybody at the Ministry of Transport during the call-in time, you can call here and contribute to this program. This is a very dangerous process. The government is going to lose millions, because when the Ministry of Transport generates revenue from vehicle inspection, they transmit it to the consolidated account. But this time, the Liberia Traffic Management is not going to deposit any of those resources they are collecting to the consolidated account of government at the Central Bank of Liberia. What they're going to do, they are going to give the government 30%, just 30%, and they take 70%. So just imagine, if the government raises, if Liberia Traffic Management raises, how they call it, $500, for example, how much they are going to give the government? 33 times that they're going to give the government, or 30%, just 30% of that. That is $30 per $100. 3 times 515. So the government will get $150, and Liberia Traffic Management will be pocketing $350 to send it to Lebanon to fund the Hezbollah group. This is the kind of thing that is going on in this country right now. Then people will say, July 17, people do not have any reason to protest. You are joking. The protest is gaining momentum, and by Monday or next week, anytime next week, we are going to work assiduously this weekend to get some members of the the protest organizing group to come in the studio to share their perspective on how the protest will be, how it is organized, what are going to be the routes, what are going to be those that are attending, who are anticipated to attend this protest. They will be here next week to share their opinions, their perspective on the protest on next week. But what I can say is, uh, somebody told me that, look, why are the guys protesting? Why are the guys protesting? I mean, when Joseph Boakai took over, when the government took over, when the Unity Party government took over, in less than 3 months, right? What did we see? We see the gunning down, the killing by police officers, police authority who should be protecting lives and properties. They moved into Kinjor, Grand Cape Mount County, my home county, my own home county, and gunned down, killed in cold blood 3 innocent Liberians who had gone to protest for their rights against what? Against what they call uh, bad labor practices by the Beer Mountain Company, right? The government moved in, police moved in, directed by Gregory Coleman, directed by Gregory Coleman, as was being ordered by the Minister of Justice. They shoot on sight, and they went and killed those innocent young people in cold blood. At the end of the day, the only thing the government did, the police that killed the people did investigation, investigated itself. The police investigated itself by what they call so-called professional standard division, and they came out with a report exonerating themselves. Those people have the right to protest. We did not go far. Right in Cardwell, right in Cardwell, the LEC, the Liberia Electricity Corporation team, went to enforce a a a a a, a how do we call it? Uh, they want to enforce something called uh they said people were stealing current, okay? People were stealing power, okay? Power theft team from the LEC went to Cardwell. They were accompanied by a policeman who went to the New Jersey area, that team, and killed, shot shot to death an innocent young man for no reason. The man was not stealing current at all, but only because the man, according to the explanation, the man probably may have refused to go with the power theft team. And so, if a Liberian citizen refused to go with a power theft team, why don't you arrest him and handcuff him? In fact, call for reinforcement. But you decided to shoot him with a live bullet and killed him on the spot. That was what was done by the police in Cardwell. Again, in in rehab, a 15-year-old little boy, a child, the police, the DEA went there. They said they went to raid ghettos, and they were accompanied by police officers. They killed that little boy in rehab. Again, there has been two incidences of such in Banjo. Okay, a police officer killed a boy who said the Peking insulted him. He discharged live firearm and killed that little boy. The only name I know about him, the police officer, is Beckham. They call him Beckham. A lot of people know him in the Bushra Island area. He killed that little boy. Today, there has been nothing. There has been nothing that came out of that. Okay, and there have been numerous other issues, okay, police brutality across the country, even including against lawmakers, representatives, people who sit at the capitol and make laws. they make they approve public policy of the country. Police went in the chambers of the legislature and assaulted them. Honorable Yeke Koluba, Honorable Maxwell, Honorable Jacob DB, Honorable uh, how they call it guy, Josiah Marvin Cole. They brutalized them in the corridor of the legislature. They beat on them. And at the end of the day, the police went ahead to say they were investigating themselves. Nothing came out of it. This police has become trigger happy. It is a trigger happy police under Gregory Coleman. And Gregory Coleman has been very arrogant, a very arrogant man leading the police who thinks that everything will last forever. Gregory Coleman, he has rendered himself into a TikTok police director who goes in the street and take pictures, videos of himself uh, to show that he's working. He runs behind everyone who disagrees with the government. There was a fire incident at the legislature. He rounding up lawmakers and especially lawmakers who are members of the opposition, intimidating them, bullying them, bamboozling them into submission. That's what Gregory Coleman is doing. But in a nutshell, Gregory has not gone for those people who may have burned the Capitol building from the majority group side. There are a lot of pieces of clues. There are a lot of clues to point to a fact that the Capitol building may have been burned by Rachel Kuhn and his guys who were a member of the self-styled, so-called majority bloc. But Gregory doesn't care. Gregory says in a national security meeting with other people, with other members of the police, with other high up of the police, the Nelson Freeman, like 103, 104, 105, 106. Gregory tells the director of the National Security Agency, the NSA, retired General Prince Johnson. Gregory would tell them in the national security meeting that, look, I do not care who burned this building, but I am giving instruction. I'm giving instruction by my bosses, by my bosses to just arrest certain group of people, and I don't care. Even when the National Fire Service did a partial investigation and submitted the report to the police, Gregory has that report in his hand. He submitted it to the president, and what did they tell him? They said, Gregory, we are looking at this report. This report is not pointing to anything that Fonati Kofa and his people burned this building. But what we want you to do, we want you to lie on them, arrest them, lie on them, intimidate them, because we don't want Fonati Kofa in the speakership. That's the first thing. The president does not want him there. The president feels that Fonati remaining speaker is a dangerous corrosion for the government. The government cannot do business with him. So lie on him, lie on Sibo, lie on DB, lie on Marvin Cole, lie on everybody who is associated with Fonati Kofa, lie on Yeke Koluba, the rest of the guys, lie on them, intimidate them, handcuff them, go jail them. We don't want to know who burned this place here, even though we know who may have burned the place, but we just want to intimidate those people. Let them get out of our way. They are not members of the Unity Party. And so when you hear Rachel Kuhn goes to Bannersville Estate and say that, look, we need a regime speaker, and I am the regime speaker, that is the rationale behind it. The government says, Rachel Kuhn, we will fight with you, we will support you, we will embolden you, we'll give you money, we'll give you tens of millions of dollars. And you know why? Liberians in Radio Land, since confusion broke out in the legislature, right? Masterminded by the executive, the legislature has stolen over $108 million. The report is there. The legislature has stolen over $108 million. Under Rachel Kuhn. under Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn has changed all of his houses, the infrastructure. He has rebuilt, broken it down. In less than 7 months, Richard Kuhn has a new mansion. He has new mansions. Richard Kuhn has saved over 10 to $15 million for himself. This guy from Maryland, P. Mark Jewell, who's the chairman on Ways, Means and Finance. So, do you know why they have told us? I mean, they told us these few days that the budget, there's a budget shortfall of 22 million. The legislature say, oh, the budget has fallen short of 18.6 million. LRA came and said, no. It's not 18.6 million. It is 22 million. We are the ones that are collecting the revenues. And so the budget is short. The budget has fallen short of $22 million. You know why? The budget did not experience any shortfall. Those guys place the money somewhere and they are taking it from there and stealing it. They are stealing it. That's what the guys are doing. The legislature has become so inherently corrupt. And that's why they have put a very corrupt man at the helm of the legislature, Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn is an inherently corrupt man. But if you think Richard Kuhn is corrupt, think about Thomas Fowler. Thomas Fowler is a corruption. I mean, Thomas Fowler is a corruption encyclopedia walking. Thomas Fowler is corrupt in his DNA. A corrupt encyclopedia walking. Yes, that's what Thomas Fowler is. Yes. And at the end of the day, the guys are just stealing money everywhere. 18 million. And you know why? The $22 million that just reported as budget shortfall is the shortfall from the first quarter of the budget. When they talk about first quarter, Musu. When they talk about first quarter of the budget, they are talking about the first 3 months. That is January, February, and March of 2025. So the first quarter of the budget, the first 3 months, the government already short $22 million. The second quarter report has not been given you. April, May, and June has not been given. We are now in the third quarter. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Radio Land, you can now begin to place in your calls on 0772 239933 086 30 44 97 or the lone female line on 0777 only for women. When they say female, that woman. For those of you who do not know, because we can have a lot of men calling the female line 0777 980375. That's the woman line. The men line is 0772 239933 086 30 44 97. Right? We have a caller on the line. Good evening, caller. Hello. You are okay. Let's see how we can process you to get better. Okay. Good evening.
I say hi, Jimba.
I'm doing good. What's your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the CDC Hour.
Yeah, there's something that getting on my mind. What about they had a friend said they Richard Kuhn man when Richard Kuhn the day before Richard Kuhn West said they so less
Okay, the Liberian people listen to him. So thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Hello? Yeah, Ma'am Benu, how you doing? Let's make it quick.
Let's shut up one or I want to know me personally, and I want to represent on the front page. What going on? I can't hear no the thing. Now you said talking concern about anything. I want the now representative. They just wrap it on the other people. Now I want to know. Tonight it touched my heart.
Okay, thank you. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Hello, Iseka.
Yes, hello. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Oscar Zigwe calling from Compact Nima County.
Hey, Magompa, My grandpa, big brother, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Okay, I'm okay. You know, Ishika, I listened to you talking about the transport ministry, the transport ministry workers. You know, like Blinks, when they're about to come to power, they come with lies. So especially this rescue government. So if you can look at 300% and take contract for money for their mouth or put food for their mouth and give a lonely man who will go back in that country and build that country and forget about your country, then where are we heading to? So I want to call upon my Liberian brothers and sisters, especially the Cdcs and others. Let's all come outside on the 17th of July and have a protest and make the president to understand that this country for Liberians. It's
Thank
not
you.
for aliens.
Thank you so
And
much.
men are going to come on, it's not in the interest of the Liberian. You do the policing to say that regime policing he's doing.
Thank you.
So let's go to it.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, Shaka.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Oka calling from Barin, Gambasa County. Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear.
Yeah, about the transport ministry and the health ministry. I don't have problem with it. They were one of they were a group of both there against president. We are to say, you reduce my salary, you harmonize my salary.
You harmonize my salary, I will harmonize your votes.
So when workers try to take them from there, they're going to take them from there. So no need for the talk about that. But when one join the protest will say happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have we have another caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
All right. Isaka, you know who calling?
Yes, CDC Papi.
Yes. Isaka,
Yo.
you getting me?
I'm getting you loud and clear, CDC Papi.
Thank you. Jenna, they're coming from CEO. I came from CEO. The people asked the question I explained to them. Whether I agree with the protest, I told them, I say, my own rescue train, they want to rescue the people there. The people they were bringing the old one from South Africa, I bring now. I bring my new one from Germany to come rescue the people. So the protest will go on. But now, Isaka, tell the people there, our big people that get the money that will suffer. Are suffering for room business.
Okay, listen to me. Okay, listen to me, CDC Papi.
Listen to me.
Okay, let me just put this one to bed. You say you call people, they're not answering you. So what you do for me? Take your time to go to those people's offices and sometimes go to their houses to look for them. They will help you. Sometimes they will not take strange call. They don't know your number. That's the best thing you can do. They are helping different people. So we have more callers on the line. Let's hear you. Hello.
Hello, Ishaka.
Yeah, let's hear you.
My name is Esther. I'm calling from Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ishaka. What will the protest will be?
The protest will be done at the I'm sure the central point of convergence or meeting will be at the Capitol building on Capitol Hill.
All right.
Yes.
Like this will be in a Saturday. Will be
on the 17th. I don't know when will be the 17th, but I know it is on the 17th. And the protest will start on on the 15th. There are other activities leading to the 17th. So
good evening, Ishaka.
Yeah, good evening.
Well, this is Mohammed Gonzo Fufan Jr.
Yeah, Mr. Fufan.
As you guys from the Somali job. Well, Ishaka, I have fun on my this evening to express to the people of Liberia. Well, Mr. Boakai is doing, bad things in this country. Can you imagine?
Somebody may have knocked you out. Hello?
Yeah, Ishaka.
Yeah, hello.
The people are calling all for money to net 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they call all our call. Who basically then they can't also to go for the protest. They should not stay home. They will not say let the car also because one the people can hear the coin from angle to angle. Let the car also. They talk coordinate will not solve our problem. Let us get also better. Let us go let it play choir. Let the memo know our important in the country. That we are going protect we the Liberian. They're not sedition. They're not United Party that Liberian got that they're getting also for their right. Let it get also a particular day.
Thank you so much, Mabinu. Let's take another
Yeah.
call. Hello?
How do you, sir? Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling for New Jersey State.
Yes.
Let's talk about the police director. Brother, the police director is not a good human being. In fact, he's not a human being. You don't even think about, you don't even know, you want to know about the country. You know, you don't want to know. The private can get rid for those who paying high rating, paying taxes. The man got 2 salaries in the police, giving tickets right now. The private everybody on the traffic, whether it's Keke or taxi or whatsoever. But I'm telling you, we are marking him. For some of us, we're trying to grab him, but we don't know him. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. We have another caller. Hello? Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I was on the line when I went off. Well,
Yeah, don't
I just want to
suggest.
say this
Let me
to
snapping in
Mr.
30
Gregory
seconds.
Kuma. Mr. Gregory Kuma, if you mess up with this coming July 17 protest by bringing a police to destroy us, we will hold you on house arrest. The entire nation will go to your house, will put you on house arrest. So that's the caveat. I just want to tell him that he should be on his alert.
Okay, thank you. Let's take 2 or 3 more calls. We have. Let's take a call from the diaspora, if there is any. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi.
hello.
My name is GT Warrior. I'm calling from Canada. And Ishaka, how are you today?
I'm doing
And
good.
hello to fellow citizens and the Liberian people. How you guys doing today?
We are doing good.
Okay. I just wanted to share my 1 or 2 on what you were saying today. Appreciate you for the time you come here every day explaining to us and letting our people know what's happening. And our Liberian people, this protest that is coming, we are calling on you people to show up. Show up for this protest. It's because of you. Don't listen to what people get to say about doing protests, who's not in the protest and thing. The protest is about Liberian people. If you know you're a Liberian, you know that you cannot afford higher taxes in our country. And you know that you're not safe in the night to walk on the street in the night. And the children here are not getting the education that they all deserve. And you know that you are sick and tired of corrupt government officials, then you have a reason to come out and protest. You need to do this. You need to stand up for your future generation, for yourself. See what happened to the transport ministry. They look at your job. They outsource your job to foreigner. And they take you out of job. You don't have job. You're Liberian in your own country. For what?
Okay.
You're supposed to be the first people.
Okay. We have lost Mr. Wardrow. Let's take another call here. Hello. Okay, so like Mr. Wardrow was saying, if you were dismissed by the government, you were dismissed illegally by the government, and it has become a burden, an economic burden on you and your family. You got to join the protest. Do we have a caller? Okay, we have a caller. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. You are very low. Please put some strength in your voice.
How you doing, sir? No?
Hello. 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 So if you are in the market doing business but no customer, taxes are high, you used to buy 10 cartoons that will go in 2 days, 3 days. Today you only buy 1 cartoon, that will spend 3 weeks in your hair, you can't even finish. Join the protest. If you were working, whether with government or what, you were dismissed illegally, your names were taken from the payroll, your family is suffering, join the protest. If you were a security officer and you were dismissed based on political party issue, they say, oh, you belong to the party, so you can't work. When they dismiss you and they brought their own people from their own party and put them there, my people, you all join the protest. This is a protest for everybody. This is a protest that will be very peaceful, that will be organized, that is already organized, and it will be peaceful. Gregory tune is changing. The police director tune is changing. Do we have a color there? Uh, the police director's tune is changing by the day. He was hostile. Right now, he's submissive. He's humble. He's acting as though uh, he is acting like a butter that cannot melt. But protesters, don't listen to any liberal council of churches. Don't listen to National Muslim Council. These people are a group of people who are politicians. When their government is not in power, they will go on radio and make all of the loud mobs, talk all of the big things, insult government officials because their government is not in power, their party is not in power. But when their party is in power, like United Party now, which is their party, Samuel Reeves, he got job in the government. He's the president of the Liberal Council of Churches. Ali Krayi, National Imam Council, he's the chief imam of Liberia. Now, the big brother has a job. He's sitting pretty at the National Port Authority as a board member. Okay, other religious people, Christo, the rest of the people, they have jobs all across. They're giving them money every day, every week, every month in order to pacify you not to protest. Don't listen to them. They take money from the government and they go to their families and their family eat it, and then they want to use you to continue to take money from the government. I appreciate the protest organizers for looking them in the eyes and telling them that, look, we cannot listen to you because you had no moral rectitude to tell us not to protest. On that note, we have come to the end of today's edition of the CDC Hour. Until we see you again, it will be next week, Monday, when we shall bring you a very fascinating edition of the CDC Hour. Until next week, I tell you, have a very nice and fantabulous weekend. Take time with the weekend so that you can remain alive until Monday. Thank you.
Y'all moving on the road because we're coming in with full. Casabella, Jella, Wapi. We're coming there, y'all defeated. Big politicians, we're putting y'all on the ground. CBC, Fini, take it. We're party, y'all can see it. Draw money, we are.